we try and be editorially pure in a way, because we're not interested in just doing lists. We're not like a list
Right.
substack. We really want to do a deep dive, like on these interesting creatives in all these different fields, and see what their inspiration is. And again, we keep going back to being reader centric. What is the sense of discovery for the subscriber? And are we interested in the story? And we just keep expanding what we're doing, and we are tweaking some of the formats. But yeah, so we really have to try. Like, I started, one of the things that's been really hard for me as my editor said, you need to start doing a monthly editor's letter so that people get to know you
Yeah,
as the voice behind I Edit.
completely. I
So I'm
agree.
trying to do that. It hasn't been easy, but I'm doing every
But
month.
it is true because you are the why, right? It's your life, your perspective, your view. If you're editing it into all these different talents, and different journey stories, right? I think that's the beautiful thing is it's coming from your perspective. And so yeah, the more we know about you, the better. Um,
And and one of the things, I also feel like it's a bit full circle in terms of my kind of experience in design and fashion and PR. And I've just been meeting so many incredible creatives, like when I met your dear friend Amy Nunzinger.
so, yeah.
What a spectacular Monday night that was.
Well,
As my link said, not your average Monday.
yeah, not your hardest Monday. But this is kind of where we are in this life, right? I think for those of us on the other side of 50, really kind of editing to, like we talked about, into the things that we love, the people we want around us, but being constantly inspired by those people and what they're seeing and who they're, really following. I hate, following
Yeah,
is such a
yeah.
flat word, but it really is the way we discover and we maybe think a little bit differently because we saw that or read that or heard their approach to something that. And I love when you say quirky and a little outside the box because no one wants a vanilla life at this point. And I think the algorithms continue to send us the same stuff over and over. And so how to break ourselves out of those algorithms is through different people's, perspectives. And like I said, that ecosystem that you're creating is so powerful and clearly inspires for the long term. What are you thinking in terms of evolution of this? Right, like it started with when we first met and started talking about. You're like, I have this idea. I'm going to edit some people, and where it is now, right? It's been just like night and day, but also so rich and so much to mine. And I love that you're going to continue to kind of extrapolate those things and see where those little roads take you. But do you see this as something, becomes a marketplace? Like, is there any other big, I guess, North Stars on this, or is it really organically leading you
I
day by
mean, it's interesting because we are. I mean, the goal would be to continue this magazine format. I have been a little reticent with the affiliate links. It's been, if the creative recommends something, they
right?
are
Those really
linkable.
organic.
Those are organic. Nothing is in there that I'm never saying, oh, please give us things that are linkable. And that's been, I mean, in terms of monetizing, has been, from a business standpoint, more challenging.
Yeah,
But so we are constantly evolving in terms of the how we're going to scale.
got it.
But we are scaling, and it's happening, and we're constantly, like, I'm very open to new ideas in editorial, and so we are, I would say, in
Partnership opportunities, things like that.
but yeah, pardon me.
Partnership opportunities, things
Yes,
like
partnership opportunities, exactly. And one of the things that you were saying earlier, which I thought was so interesting, like, I feel that there's so much of the sameness
yeah,
in the retail space. And I think people are really hungry not to see the same things over and over.
I
And
agree. I agree.
yeah, and being on the wholesale and retail side for so long, I understand the fear because, you have to sell through, you want to do things that are safe. The retail climate has been so challenging now. I've
Mhm.
got so many friends and colleagues in the world, and it's really really hard. So, you're not seeing these kind of quirky brands and
No.
or designers or makers, and that's what I want to bring to people.
No, I love that, and it kind of goes back to our Barney's conversation where they really were one of those retailers that would spend the time to build a brand and give it almost like a year or 2, on the
Yeah.
floor.
Yes.
But now people just can't make those investments, and they don't, and most of them don't even wanna own the inventory anymore. So if you're looking at a lot of drop ship marketplaces or retail partners, and then the flip side, as we know, is challenging just in a paid marketing perspective to cut through, and I do think it goes, um, back to people that are, kind of following around a certain lifestyle, a certain perspective, and then, incorporating those brands into those experiences that are both a storytelling behind it, potentially a real life thing. I know you've touched on pop-ups this as well, and that could
Yeah.
maybe be, another
Yes.
option